Alright, so hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Canon, specifically the R5, the 850D and Canon cameras in general, because this video actually stems from a personal experience. About 2 years ago, I bought the Canon M50 when it came out, and honestly, by far, I had the biggest buyer remorse ever from that camera. So in the last couple of years, Canon has been behind the largest manufacturers, and they did a lot of marketing fluff to fool the customers, to be frank with you, and this is kind of a camera conspiracy theory here, but trust me, I have a solid foundation because we're gonna go through the financial results of Canon for 2019, where they also talk about the 2020 strategy and their product line, and that will make a lot of sense, especially if we want to talk about the EOS R5 and the 850D. Trust me, we need to go through these things. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on the financial reports. So for 2020, first of all, if you've never seen a financial report before, it might look frightening in the beginning. But trust me, if you look at the next thing, or I just highlighted a couple of important stuff, you can see that the profits are down by 50%. Let me give you a moment to digest that information. Minus 50% of profits overall the company. But is Canon really an imaging company? Well, I was asking that question, and when you look at the business results by the financial results by business unit, you can clearly see that Canon is actually a printer manufacturer. It's all about printers when it comes to their systems, because look at it, most of their sales comes from the printers and office related goods, you know, like all those annoying machines that we have in offices. By the way, compared to the user experience from their cameras with the flippy screen, amazing menu system, those horrible printers are a massive contrast. As you can see here, office stuff is their main breadwinner. And then we have the imaging system and then the medical systems. Other information is not relevant for the sake of this video, but please notice that Canon's big chunk actually comes from the office, and then imaging is only second to that. Okay, so let's just talk about the camera market for the moment. As you can clearly see here, the profits are down from 13% to 6%. In 2018, they were overall profiting by 13%, and now they're down to 6%. And that 13% was actually thanks to idiots like me who bought the Canon M-line cameras. Yes, I wasted my money on those cameras, and now I actually sold them, so with some loss, but hear me out if you don't want to lose. So people basically stopped using M-line cameras or the G-line cameras, you know, the vlogging cameras, because now phones are great, action cameras are great. I'm personally vlogging using the Osmo Action by DJI. Many people are using their phone, and honestly, I'm also vlogging with my phone from time to time on my other channels. I have channels in 3 different languages, so this is my personal channel. This is the global one. The others are in French and in Turkish. So when we look at this graph, we can see that Canon came up with this Ivy rig that is basically nothing, and then they pushed the hardcore professional cameras, the 1DX Mark III. So as you can see, the camera market is suffering. Yes, so if you look at their third quarter report from 2019, you can clearly see that on top of these measures, I'm really reading this one, on top of these measures, we will work to encourage potential customers to purchase our product with a focus on digital marketing through activities such as partnering with professional photographers, using social media, and distributing videos that highlight the strength of our optical technology. You know what that means? That means they spend a lot of money on social media. So that's why you've seen so many videos about I'm switching to EOS R. It was not by the kindness of their heart. From this report, let's directly read from the report about their 2019 assessment and 2020 projections, because it doesn't matter if you read which camera is coming out or which rumored specs it's gonna have. The truth is here, money is unfortunately the only truth when it comes to the photography market. It's an expensive niche, and honestly, everyone wants to abuse it as its max. So Here we go. In 2019, the interchangeable lens camera market shrank by 15%. 8 million units as sales of entry-level models, which are being impacted by smartphones, continue to contract. So basically, they're selling less and less entry-level models. People are getting smarter and they're not paying for those stupid M-line cameras. We are also impacted by this. In 2020, although we expect a market contraction to continue at a similar rate, the market will be around 7.5 million units, so we also see a stable demand for professional and advanced amateur models. In order to maintain profitability, it's important for us to secure market share and improve our product mix further in this area, so R5 850D. Although we launched 2 full-frame mirrorless cameras, the R and RA, which no one asked for, as well as 10 dedicated lenses were good, our lineup is still insufficient. In order to recover from our late entry to the mirrorless market camera, it's a good confession, we have plans to launch a model that incorporates a newly developed image sensor and image processing engine that offers even more advanced features. The 8K business is coming from this, basically. So it makes sense that they'll provide 8K and better image sensor, this and that. We will work to raise our presence in the mirrorless camera technology, leveraging large trade exhibitions around the world. So brace yourself, Canon will fly tons of photographers to events all over the globe to boost their social media. Even amid increasing competition, we will expand sales of higher-end models driven by new products and aim for top market share even in the mirrorless camera market. By the way, mirrorless camera market is dominated by Sony. At the same time, we will expand our lineup of dedicated lenses, launching several innovative lenses that takes advantage of new mount that allows greater flexibility when designing lenses, the RF mount, I believe, the one on EOS R. We will accelerate sales by responding to user needs to capture videos, various images, expanding options by combining camera bodies and lenses. Additionally, we will improve profitability, conducting a comprehensive review of our business structure, Basically, all this paragraph is saying is that they'll make it more efficient, the sales and production. That means potential quality issues and potential availability and lack of customer service from Canon. By the way, I received fantastic customer care from Canon. I have nothing to say. I went to their experience centers all over the globe. I tried a couple, and Canon people, all these things aside, the best thing Canon does is actually hiring the nice people. They are really good people. I'm ashamed to talk so badly about the brand and on their business performance because I like those people so much. But hey, this is what it is. And honestly, that M50. So, as for compact cameras, the market shrank a lot. iPhone is dominating, or other smartphones, and they say they want to work on to improve the profitability by focusing sales on the high-margin G series models. They're talking about G7X Mark III and G9X, G5X, whatever. So basically those 2 G cameras. When they came out, their 4K autofocus was horrible. They did not offer 24 frames. Now I believe they do. So if they want to really boost the sales of those cameras, I love Canon. I even made a video about G7X Mark III because it is the legendary vlog camera, but no one's using that anymore. I'm actually recording this camera using Osmo Pocket. Just $300 of camera with a little bit of light. That light is expensive though. It gives me enough for social media. That's why G7X is dead, because we have Osmo Pocket. We have amazing image stabilization from GoPros, Osmo Action. iPhone with its wide-angle lens is kicking the butt of G7 stuff. Luckily, Sony's stuff is super expensive that they're not cutting them off. Honestly, if you're in the market for a 1-inch camera, grab the Canon G7X Mark III. It's still a good camera, and with the microphone input, it's a better camera than before. But again, in 4K, it sucks. They released a new software version for the autofocus. Really? That's where you want to make money, and that's the kind of autofocus that you released. Yeah, for vlogging, people usually don't do 4K, but some people do. I do. Here we're recording 4K in a tiny sensor. That's how I make the image quality a little bit better. I do that. Portability matters for everyone. And now vlogging is about genuine experiences. if you're vlogging, you want to capture the moment mostly, even though some things are obviously staged. Capturing the moment is the key, and form factor is really important, and people are going 4K. So messing up the 4K autofocus was horrible. So all in all, let me tell you right away, and for the last time, that I have nothing against Canon. I like Canon, but looking at the numbers, what I see is that Canon will stop giving good affordable cameras. They'll push for the higher end models. They'll try to get everyone on board of this either DSLR kind of high-end DSLRs or full-frame mirrorless cameras. So this is what this year is going to be about. EOS R5 850D, who cares? This is Canon's business, and that business has been hurt by cell phones, so they're going to push for high profitability stuff without really adding much. Like resolution increases, beautiful, but there's this IBIS coming in, that's also okay, but we don't know if it's going to be a Sony kind of crappy IBIS or Panasonic kind of IBIS. We don't know these things. Of course it is exciting, but Canon did not innovate.
Canon did not innovate. Canon did not innovate.
Canon did not innovate. Cell phone companies did. DJI did. GoPro did. That's why they survive. If Canon will keep losing money, it will be for good reason, because they stopped innovating. Let's hope that R5, 850D, and other cameras coming out this year, including the lenses, will change that issue. Okay? Thanks a lot for watching. I know this has been a crazy video. If you watched me up until here, I would love to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel. And until then, arrivederci.